Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lainey. I try to upload every Sunday, but I think we're gonna start switching that to Mondays. It just kind of works out a little better because I get some time to spend on the weekend with my family, especially with a 9-month-old. Things are kind of crazy right now. I talked a little bit about that on my Instagram, but you guys have been super cool about it and said Mondays were even better. So here we are. I apologize in advance. There's a little bit of background noise today. Callan is in the other room with his dad. They're kind of just vegging and watching TV together. Hopefully he'll go down for a little nap here soon. But I've been wanting to make this video for a long time. Honestly, since I got pregnant, I've been wanting to make this video, and I think it's super important to start making more videos like this. If you didn't already know, I am 9 months postpartum, almost 10. I gave birth to my son, Callan, back in, what was it now? November. His original due date was December 3rd, but I was induced at 29 weeks because I was showing signs of preeclampsia. It was a hard pregnancy, for sure. I love him. He's amazing. He is the best thing that ever happened to me, but I'm 9 months into postpartum, but I am just now starting to feel like myself, to be completely honest with you. Being postpartum, I learned a lot. I've learned a lot about myself, about my body, about being a mom. So I wanted to start a dialogue on how that's been, how it's affected me mentally, physically, my experience, and sharing some tips for women that are, having babies, are expecting, or one day even planning on having babies. Because a lot of times when women get pregnant, I think we automatically just zoom in on baby, and that becomes the main focus. We kind of forget that there's a woman who's about to become a mother. She's about to enter a totally new and foreign season of her life, and it's a huge adjustment. It's life-changing, life-altering, literally stepping into something that you really have no idea where to even start. Honestly, that's how I felt. I remember once Callan was born, I was laying in my hospital bed. They took him for like 2 hours, so I had 2 hours to kind of just recover. But I was also like, what do I do when he gets back? What do I just do with this newborn baby all day? And it was really stressful. The anxiety that I had was through the roof because I just didn't know what to do. And no matter how many classes I went to, no matter how many articles I read or friends I talked to, it was just me. It was like being thrown up on a stage in front of 1,000 people and you just being like, oh crap, I have to do this now. I have to be a mom, and here we are, this is it. Especially right after having a baby. I had been in labor about a week, honestly. I was induced at 39 weeks and it was rough. They started me off on Cervidil, and that basically did nothing. Nothing was changing, I wasn't progressing. So after a couple of days, they finally decided to put me on Pitocin. That is when things finally kicked into gear. Zach sleeping on the hospital floor because all they had was like this little ottoman. He was so uncomfortable, but we both were. We were both struggling. Even Callan, he was having a hard time. Towards the end, his blood pressure was pretty much through the roof like I was. I was undiagnosed preeclamptic, so recovering from all of those symptoms that were just so intense, then giving birth naturally, and it was a lot. It really was a lot. So first and foremost, your belly is gonna grow. You might get stretch marks, whatever. Honestly, I worried myself sick about the stretch marks when I was pregnant. I didn't really do lotions too much, but I did rosehip oil, jojoba oil, all of it. I tried it all. My best advice to you is to maybe ask your mother how she did with stretch marks. My skin is basically just like my mom's. My mom had stretch marks, even my grandmother did. It's just kind of how our family is. Number one place I got stretch marks was, I'll try and show you. This here on the side of my hip, and then under my belly. You can see my leggings are so tight, but like right there under my belly. I also have some on like the top of my butt, like towards my lower back. And even, oh my God, these are the worst. I didn't even know this was possible. So like if I were to open my leg, right here where my leg meets like my like lady parts, those are the worst stretch marks. Honestly, they're so paper thin, and it's obviously gotten better. I'm 9 months postpartum, but they're so thin even now that even shaving kind of makes me go, ah. But when I had just given birth, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I reached my hand down there and I was a little terrified. Looking back now, I could give less of a crap about my stretch marks. I think my goal now is just to get back to my pre-pregnancy weight or somewhere around there. I was super, super skinny before I got pregnant and really before I met my fiance. But I worked out, but I was just tiny in general. But yeah, the stretch marks I could literally care less about. Everybody gets you so worked up and worried about stretch marks while you're pregnant, and I'm just like, you could have like gotten me worried about like once I gave birth. The 9-month-old stage, when they start getting into everything. That's what they should have worried me about. That was the easy part. Giving birth, pregnancy, all that was the easy part. Kind of, not really, but something no one really even told me about was the loose skin. Definitely everything is looser. I have not been working out since I gave birth. I just don't really have the time. I'm a full-time working mom, so I just don't really have a lot of free time, and in my free time I do enjoy, you know, spending time with my family, getting out, enjoying life. And not saying that working out isn't enjoying life, but there are other things that I'd rather do. Cellulite as well, and that was kind of from my weight gain. Obviously you're gonna gain weight when you're pregnant. It's just gonna happen, and if you don't, your doctor is going to make sure that you do. I definitely got some cellulite in my legs, even in my belly. I enjoyed my pregnancy, period. I'm not gonna apologize for it. It is what it is. I don't even really regret it. Maybe in my next pregnancy, I definitely won't gain like 80 pounds, Lainey. But I enjoyed my pregnancy. I definitely did gain some weight in my butt and in my thighs. So like the outer part of my thigh and even the inner part of my thigh, which the inner part drives me freaking nuts. Like in my leggings where the fabric bunches or balls up, that drives me crazy. I've literally been living in the Lululemon Align leggings. I've been able to wear them when I was pregnant, postpartum, and even now. And they've just been perfect. They've helped me feel like everything was kept together and tight. Also, another thing that I really, really recommend is getting a waist trainer or a postpartum belly band. I struggled after giving birth. I really felt just loose. I felt like my internal organs were just gonna flop right out. And to have that waist trainer or that belly band just kind of restrict and keep everything tight makes a huge difference, or at least did for me. I really liked that security, and I always have liked wearing tight things like that, but it really, really helped. So postpartum boobs, that's a whole different thing. Obviously when your milk comes in, if you decide to breastfeed or even if you don't, it's very uncomfortable. They get super, super swollen and big and engorged. So they're obviously going to stretch. I've had women that didn't even breastfeed tell me that they felt like they needed a boob job after giving birth because it just made the girls a little saggy. It just is what it is, girlfriend. I don't know if this is legitimate, but if you use those lotions or those oils, maybe that's something you do every day and you commit to it while you're pregnant and even postpartum. I didn't really do it, and I still really don't. I always tell myself, you need to do that, you need to keep on the lotion, but I just get so tired at the end of the day or after I showered. I'm just like, I don't have time. My right side boob was like my super trooper boob. I've basically fed my baby with my right boob only because my left boob was the slacker boob. Left boob is still a little perky, but my right one is a little saggy, and it's really not bad. It's not anything that I'm like, oh my God, I'm so insecure about my boobs. My fiance doesn't care. He actually kind of, I think, maybe likes it. It's whatever. And sis, if you can't handle a little junk in your trunk and a little sag in your tit, then he's not for you. A lot of people have asked me what I've done as far as working out, my routine, all of that. I have not done anything. I love cooking for my family. I love cooking for my fiance. That is just my thing. I love, 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 love cooking. It's my outlet. It's how I de-stress from the day. It's how I have some me time. Sometimes I'll make a glass of wine and just sip and do my thing. There's nothing better than my fiance telling me that he enjoys something I made for him. And when it makes him a little bit happy, that's what makes me happy. And that's not everybody's opinion, but it's mine. But I have not done anything. The only thing I do every now and then is I will walk with Callan. I'll put him in the stroller and we'll go for a walk. I highly suggest that because it is something to do to just kill time with your baby. Sometimes when you feel like you're gonna lose your mind, when you just need a break, you can always put the baby in the stroller and just walk and just forget about things. Play some music, listen to an audiobook. I really didn't do much, but even since high school, I've been intermittent fasting, and that's what I've been doing postpartum. Basically, my day looks like a cup of coffee in the morning. I don't eat, I only drink water throughout the day, and then I'll have dinner with my family that night. My mom is a really, really good person to talk to if you want to get into intermittent fasting and start learning more about that, and I'll drop her Instagram information right here. She would love to talk to you about it. That's just kind of always how I've set up my day. Coffee in the morning is enough for me to get through. You can also get collagen supplements and different type of supplements for hunger throughout the day. Me personally, I've been doing intermittent fasting for so long that I just don't get hungry. The only reason I would be eating throughout the day is because something sounded good or, I was on my period. If you're doing intermittent fasting right, it's legitimate. And my mom, she's had amazing results through it. Message her if you want to know more. It's not for everyone. I'm telling you right now, there's going to be people who tell you if you want to lose weight, you have to be eating this many calories in a day, by a certain rule book. Sorry, but it's not for me. I'm just telling you that first and foremost. I know my body, I'm comfortable with my body, and I'm not telling you in any way that you should. It's just, I'm sharing what worked for me. I don't ever want anyone to compare themselves to me, whether it's good, oh, I should look like her, or, oh, she doesn't look as good as me, she didn't lose weight as fast as me, she didn't bounce back as fast as I did, or I didn't bounce back as fast as she did. I don't ever want that to be a thing on someone's mind watching my videos, because everybody's body is different. Period. I think society has made it seem that women should be bouncing back right after having a baby, and that's just not the same for everyone. Some women don't. There are pre-existing conditions. There are conditions that people don't even really talk about that they get while pregnant, after birth, everything. It's a lot. And honestly, breastfeeding, everyone said that I would lose so much weight breastfeeding. That was a freaking lie. Maybe not for the next person, but for me, I gained weight. I would wake up at like 2 a.m. to feed, and I would be like starving. I'd have to go make myself cheese and crackers or something to get through because my mind was like food, 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 food. But while I was in that newborn, a couple months into postpartum phase, I remember just getting on Instagram and seeing other women who were a couple months postpartum and feeling just so defeated because I didn't look like them. I didn't bounce back as quick as they did. And I took it personally. I really did. I felt like something was wrong with me. I felt like it was my genes. I just had bad genes, whatever. But you know what? It took me until 6 months to start feeling like myself again, to get some confidence back, to be able to get back into size, my pre-pregnancy size jeans. It's taken me 9 months. So give it time. If there's anything I can tell you, just give it time. We're not watching you. We're not worried about you. We're not judging you. If you gained a little weight, whatever. Enjoy your pregnancy, enjoy your postpartum. Because if you really think about it, you just had this beautiful, amazing, perfect human baby. And instead of enjoying that time, you're just worried about your weight. I mean, have you actually said that out loud? It sounds crazy to me, so I know it has to sound crazy to you. You have this perfect baby in your arms, and you're worried about the number on the scale. And maybe you're not even that worried about it because of how it makes you feel, but maybe you're worried about how it makes other people see you or judge you, and that's just too much for you to handle. You know what? Put your blinders on and just keep going. Give it time. Let it be. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's body is great. We were put on earth to literally grow these perfect little babies, sustain them. We're low-key goddesses. We are goddesses. We've mentioned all these physical things about postpartum, but mentally, when you're up so late and you're so tired, I mean, you've just given birth and you're basically thrown right into the ringer. It's hard. It's so, so hard. You don't have time for you. You really don't have time to even get in the shower and take a good shower. So make sure, if you are a partner watching this video, trying to maybe understand, the most you can do, at least in my opinion, is just give your partner a good shower. Give your partner a little bit of time to just be themselves, because it's hard. I felt like, well, after I gave birth, I forgot a little bit about who I was. Aside from being Callan's mom, I kind of forgot about me and what I needed. I was so consumed in this tiny little baby who needed me. In that shower, the time to do a mud mask, the time to do a hair mask, the time to go out to the mall, the time to read a book was everything for my mental. When you're sleep deprived, when your body is so thrown out of whack because all of these hormones are thrown off and your body's like, what? I just experienced this insane trauma. It's hard. It's just hard. So give yourself grace. If you're a partner, give your other partner grace. Having a baby and being postpartum ain't for the weak. I'm telling you that right now, but you can do it. I believe in you. I really, really hope that this video is not scary to anyone. I don't know if I've said anything that could come off that way, but if I did, I hope you leave this video today just a little bit more informed. If I knew a little bit about what to expect as far as how things would take a toll on me mentally and physically, I think I would have been a little bit prepared. But then again, I always tell myself there's no way anyone could have prepared you, because it's just different. No one's ever raised your baby. No one's ever been you postpartum. Having a baby is truly the greatest thing ever. It's a wild and crazy experience, but it's the best, and there's nothing else in this world like it. Gotta go get him. Hi! I told you, it's the best thing ever. It literally is. Everything that I ever experienced, postpartum, labor, delivery, pregnancy, was 100% worth it, because this stinky butt who is... You've definitely pooped. Babe, did you know he pooped? He left it for me. He definitely did. All right, you guys, thank you so, so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do that. I'll be uploading every Monday, hopefully by 6:30, you know, around that time. If you liked today's video and want to see more videos like this, make sure to comment down below and like this video if you do. I think Girl Talk would be a kind of a cool little segment to have on this channel. I definitely have some information and I've learned some tricks along the way of being a new mom that I would love to share with you guys. But thank you guys again so, so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Say bye. Smush. Say bye-bye. Oh goodness. Okay, bye.